Hey guys, my name is Carlos and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace your speakers on a '03 WRX Impreza bugeye. We're going to go ahead and start off with the back speaker. Super simple. We're doing an OEM, which is going to be a super simple swap. These are going to be the tools that you need. Well, in reality, the only tool we're going to need for this one is probably just going to be the drill. We've got our speaker here. However, we are going to do our front speakers also, which that's going to require a lot more. That's why we have our black tape. We got a blade so we can cut in case we need to. Got your connectors, and we got our pliers. So we'll go ahead and start off with the back. Super simple. We'll start off by, popping this bolt out. We're gonna come in here. There's another bolt in there that we need to take off also, and then we're gonna pop this trim from the door out, and you guys will see how easy the door comes off. Of course, you do want to be careful. This is an '03. It is not a new car, so you want to be careful as possible because things might be brittle, and yes, they may break. So, okay, we'll go ahead and start off with this one, and let's see. Let's grab our drill. So what we're gonna do is we'll start off with the back one here. Sorry. Okay. Let's check that out. Pops right out. So we get that guy, sit it on the floor. And very important, forgot a step. You are also going to need your flathead screwdriver for this part. So we need to pop this out. Oops, sorry. Let's see. There we go. You guys can see how easy that pops out. Take this off. That's what this piece looks like. That's why you got to pull it off. And let's see, we'll come over here. We'll use our flathead again so we can pop this out. You guys will see, boom. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but you got another bolt. I'll go ahead and show you guys. See, point the light in there so you guys get a better view. So we'll go ahead and remove this guy also. Boom. The bolt is out. And go ahead and pull this guy out. Now, you want to be careful with it. Boom. Got this out. Now, the next step we want to do is we're going to pop this guy out. Which I said, it's just this outer trim. If you look in here, I'm not sure if there's enough light, but there's an area where you can poke your flathead screwdriver in and it'll pop it right out. So let's see, just to try to show you guys everything not miss a step. So it sounds like you're breaking it, but it'll be okay. It's normal. So boom, just like that. You guys can see that. So then the rest you could literally just do by hand. Boom. Came right out. If you notice, nothing broke. However, how I said, you do want to be careful with these. And then the next step, your door's ready to come out. Now some people use a plastic tool to get around this, but in reality you really don't need it. You can, there's enough space for you to get your fingers in here. Now you want to be very careful with it, right? You don't want to break anything. Oh, it's not cooperating. Let's see. Okay, so boom. So we got that. Got our bottom ones. Come over here. Boom. Just like that, guys. And you just want to come up, get your door out just like this. Come back here, and we have our connector here, which we do want to disconnect just to make life easier. If you notice, it's right here on the bottom where we have to get our screwdriver and pry this out. So let's see, go ahead and get in here. Better view. go. Take that. Then you come back over here. Again, super simple. All we're gonna do right here is we're gonna remove those 3 bolts, and then behind the speaker there's gonna be a connector. We'll go ahead and unplug it. Bam, we are ready to go. See, this speaker is popped, and there's a reason why I'm replacing it. Okay. Okay, and this should just pop right out. And as promised, this pops right out. And you guys will see this back here. We have our plug right here. It's hooked up to our speaker. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and grab our up, and it's that simple. Comes right out. Now, how I said, if you were doing an aftermarket speaker, there'd be a lot more to this, but we are doing an OEM, which makes it a lot easier, and this will be super simple. All we're gonna do is we'll take our speaker, and if you notice, that's a connector right there. We'll take our connector, and we're just gonna plug it right back in. See how simple that is? And voila, just like that. Got your speaker on. Now we'll go ahead and reassemble this. Super simple. Just get this in there. So you can get a view. Just like that. We'll go ahead and get our screws, pop them back in. Boom. 1, 2, and 3. Just like that. You guys don't want to, put too much. It's just fine. So now what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're gonna go ahead and just start assembling our door back up. I'll try to be as quick as possible so that we can move on to the front door and get you guys going. Okay. So super easy. I'll even try to do this one-handed for you guys. Man, this is talent right here. Let's see. So, well, what you might want to do first before you start putting on your door, you definitely want to get your connector plugged in for your window. Super easy. Remember, clip goes on the downside. Boom. Did you see that? Goes right in. Super simple. Grab our door. Sorry guys, excuse my poor quality of my video. This is my first time doing this, but I thought I wanted to help out and just upload some videos. There'll be a lot more. Heck, we also build Subarus here in my garage, so if you guys for more, there will be more content. That's what I'm saying. This is the beginning. I'll make sure to get better at it, maybe get a better camera, learn how to edit. So if you guys notice, super simple. We got our door back in, and all we got to do is just very slowly. Just get your clips back in there. If you notice, here they are. Lines up right with the hole. And boom. Just like that. You don't gotta be very rough with it. You can hear the clips. I'm literally just using the palm of my hand. I'm being gentle. I'm not even putting a lot of pressure. So we got that. You guys gotta remember, we gotta get our bolt that goes in this side. Get that in there. You get this small guy, comes with it also. We get that in there. Go ahead and just start it with our hand. Now this one is a plastic bolt, so you want to make sure that you want to be very gentle with it. You don't want to put too much pressure. You might snap it, and I'm sure you can get this bolt anywhere, but I'm sure it's a problem to get it. But here's our trim that we took off. So all we do is we just snap that back into place. Boom. Just like that. Easy, nice and simple. Now, last but not least, get our part. You can see our screw is still in there. Go ahead and get this in there. That went right in. We have our bolt in place already. We'll bring our drill. Again, you probably don't want to be too rough with this. If you're not good with the drill, I would definitely recommend you do this by hand. And that's it. It was as simple as that. Boom. Look at that. It's that simple, guys. We did it in less than 15 minutes. Now, we're gonna go ahead and do our front speakers. This is where the fun comes in. Okay, we'll slide our stuff right over here. So this one's gonna be, as far as removing the door panel, it's gonna be a lot similar. The only difference is this one's a lot bigger. And here's wires for our speaker, and here's our speaker. Yep, in the front we're doing an Alpine speak driver's side. So this one, very simple. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna remove this one. This piece right here just pops right out. We're gonna remove the trim again, just how we did in this rear door. This should just come right out. And same thing in here. We have one screw under there that we need to remove, and we'll go ahead and unplug our connector for our windows. And okay, let's get started. Sorry guys, I'm trying to give you the best view possible, but how I said, bear with me. This is our first video, and we'll go ahead and start off with the center piece that we talked about. And you're going to want to use your flathead. Pop this guy right out. Get your drill. Boom, comes right out. Part comes right out. And then if you guys see, once you remove that one screw, this whole piece comes out. I'll show you guys so you get a better view. So I'll show you guys step by step. We remove the bolt, and this whole piece. Sorry, and I'll show you again. Just very easily just pops out. All I did was I grabbed it from right there, popped out. Now we'll go ahead and remove our connector, which should be fairly easy. If you guys see in there, that's where we're gonna use our screwdriver to pop this out. So difficult. Whoa, why are we having difficulties here? So what you want to do is you want to press, I'll show you guys. You just want to press down on this guy right here, and then that'll pop right out. So now, however, before I go on to remove this part right here, I'm going to show you guys here that we have one more bolt to remove once we take off our controls here. So super easy. There's our drill. Boom, comes right out. And then back to this step. We got a lot more light on this side than the rear, and I'll show you guys again. You just want to, so what you do is you grab your flathead screwdriver and you want to just stick it in between this groove right here. And that right there will get it done. See, I'll try to show you guys on this one since we have the light for it. Now it sounds like you're gonna break it. It actually feels like it too, but trust me, you're not. Don't be nice to it. However, I am gonna need both of my hands for this part, so go ahead and sit you guys back. Whew. I'm not gonna lie, guys, this one was scary. Honestly thought it was gonna break, but it didn't. You can see where it's all in one piece. Okay, so now once we have this part off, we'll get ready to remove our door. Again, it's gonna be the same thing. We're gonna have clips throughout all along, and can't forget to remove this area. Right here, I'm doing everything by hand, and I literally, all I did was get under here, and this just pops right out. Let's see, boom. Did you guys see that? I'll show you guys our connectors back here. So we got that part out. Now back to the same step. Check this out. Okay, that part's not cooperating with us. Just gotta find an area that's gonna cooperate. Okay guys, check it out. This is what it looks like behind that door panel. You can tell this is all OEM, never been tampered with. But we are about to change that. So let's see, here's our speaker. Super easy. We got our bolts, we'll remove that. We'll get behind it. And I didn't go buy the actual connector for it, so we are going to be wiring this up, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. It seems like these wires in the back, they should all be the same for all your WRX Imprezas, so it's super easy to tell which ones you're hot. If you do not know, make sure you have a multimeter and make sure you do a test. However, I know what's going on, so we'll go ahead and get this done. By the way, I don't know everything. I'm not a know-it-all. That's not what I'm trying to say. Just like that. Look at that. Speaker falls right out. And our connector comes off. This is our OEM. And this is our Alpine. Of course, you know, it is used, but I know it works because I removed them off of a car from which they were working. And so yeah, don't be embarrassed, guys, to go buy used stuff as long as it works. Now right here, you guys are gonna see that we have this right here. What this clip does is it holds our speaker. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and remove this so we can pull more wire out, and that'll give us the space that we need to work. And I can show you guys how to wire this up. So I don't want to rip a lot. I don't want to rip the whole plastic, so try to do it as neat as possible. And go ahead and so what I did, guys, was I pressed right here. I put some pressure there, squeezed it, and then I pulled out. That's how we got that connector out of there. And now we're gonna come over here to the fun part. If you guys notice, now let's put this back. So I'll go ahead and separate them for you. So when we cut these up, when we strip them, of course, your red and yellow cables stay together. Your black and white stay together. Now let me show you guys how simple this is. You get your speaker wire. You see this one? It's got a very thin black strip on it. This one is gonna go to your white with the same black strip. Super easy. Just remember that. This right here, this other wire right next to it, I mean, it's a bit dirty. My hands are dirty, but this is all white. And you can tell this one doesn't have it. This one's gonna go to your red and yellow cable over here. So how I said, it's super simple, super easy to keep track of. Don't confuse them. As long as you don't confuse them, you'll be fine. You won't burn a fuse or have a short. So we'll go ahead and start. We'll go ahead and start the wiring process. So we'll go ahead and start off with our connectors for our speaker. And I'm going to show you guys the connectors that I will be using. They're 22 to 18 gauge. These should be small enough for these wires. One of my favorite things about this plier is that you got your wire stripper down here, and over here you got your crimper. So what we'll do first is we're gonna start off with our pure white wire, which is gonna go to the red and yellow. Remember, super easy. Okay. So strip about that much. You can see we have about that much stripped. And what I'll go ahead and do is I'll grab my connector and we are gonna place it on our crimper. Super easy. All you want to do is literally just get your wire in there, all the way in, and you crimp just like that. Remember to do a tug test. Whoop. And that's why you always do a tug test. If you guys notice, this one just popped right out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and redo it, and hopefully it does not pop out again. Go ahead and get it in there. Try to. Okay, at this point what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use another wire, and what we're going to do here is we're going to strip a little more off of it. Well, obviously I didn't buy the right size connectors, but that's okay. I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do. I'm going to show you guys a trick. If you ever have that happen to you, what you want to do is check this out. We're going to fold these just like that. Why do we do that? So that we can make it thicker. And you go ahead and twist it, and if you guys see that, our wire is it's a lot thicker. Now with this being done, we shouldn't have a problem getting our connector, or we shouldn't have a problem when we do our tug test. This guy should not pop out. So we have a connector in there. We grab our plier. Again, crimp all the way down, and same thing, we're gonna do tug test. We pass the tug test, we're good to move forward. Now, so we got this guy, we're gonna go ahead and prep our other side, which we have our white here with our black strip down the middle. We're gonna go ahead and do the same thing. We'll go ahead and strip it. We'll strip it long enough so that we can bend it, and that'll give us a thicker wire, so that when we do our tug test, we don't have the same accident. Okay. Again, our wire, we'll go ahead and put a bend on it at about halfway. Should look like that. You grab it, compress it, and you twist it. Twist it. And again, what we did here is just made our wire thicker. so that when we do our tug test, the same thing does not happen. Again, we grab our connector, stick it in there. Grab our pliers. And compress. You do want to compress as hard as you can. If you guys notice, I still haven't even closed the plier all the way. So that means we want to keep squeezing. Chances are you're probably not going to get it all the way, but you can see where it cramps. And again, same thing, we'll go ahead and do a tug test. Nothing. So we passed our tug test. Now we're going to move on to our wires here. And this connector, we will no longer need this connector. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut it. I'll cut them as close as possible to the connector, because you never know, we might be needing this wire for future. And if you notice, this right here, you just pull back on it, and this gives us the space that we need to work. And okay, so here, remember, we have our white here with the black thin strip. These we're gonna strip with our pliers, and we're gonna twist together, and we're gonna grab our red with the thin yellow strip on it. And the same thing, we're gonna strip them, we're gonna twist them, and then we'll plug them into our connector. Just like that. The more the merrier, right? That's what they say. Okay, so again, we stripped them, and what we're gonna do is, how I said, we're gonna unite them by twisting them together. So what we'll do is try to get them at the same length, and you just twist. Just twist, twist, twist till you're happy with it. If you want to get it perfect, if you have OCD. Okay, so now remember, really important, you guys can see our white cable with the black strip on it. This one's gonna go to the same one over here, white cable with the black strip. So we'll go ahead and stick our wire in there. There it is. It's in all the way. You want to make sure you're in all the way, and you want to make sure you don't have any copper exposed out of your connector, because if you do, it might hit your metal, which can cause it to short, and you don't want that, because then that equals blowing fuses and can turn into a lot more of a bigger problem. Again, just crimp down as hard as you can. Now on this one, you really want to crimp down hard, because once you do your tug test, if this comes off, you have to redo this side also. So make sure you crimp it down really well. Okay, we got that. We're gonna do our tug test, and look at that. We pass it on both ends, so we know both ends are good. If you want to be safe, only pull it on one side. Okay, so for this guy, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna strip these, we're gonna unite them, twist them together, and they're gonna go into our connector. Okay. So if you guys see right here, we've got our wires, and we'll go ahead and start to twist them, get them united. And this one, actually, so I got a bit distracted by my uncle. Might be a little too long, but If you feel like it might be too long, just go ahead and cut it a bit. So I feel like it might be. So here it is. And remember, this is our pure white right here. This is the pure white. Has no black strip, no nothing. Now these are gonna go together. All of the WRX Imprezas should have the same color wires. So this will be the same for all of them. Even if this pure white one was a different color, this one right here has your white with the black strip. It would go with the white with the black strip on your wiring. So it'll be the same thing. Again, we're gonna compress. Got that. Make sure again, you want to make sure you get this right the first time. You want to make sure that it's crimped. Do your tug test, and we passed it. Passed our tug test. Now what we're gonna do is we'll just bring some of this stuff back over here, and we're good to go. We'll get our speaker. If you notice, what's nice about me buying this speaker, although it's already used, it has the actual frame, because this came off of another WRX. It was a crashed one, so I even took the speakers off of it. So this base was already the same. So here, you guys can see here are connectors. This is where these connectors are gonna go. Of course, you gotta have, you know, your small goes with your small. Go ahead and get this in there. Goes right in. Big goes with the big. Goes right in. And remember, you wanna get this back in here, and you wanna get it back in the same hole that you took it off of. Let's get it in the hole, and you want to put pressure on it to make sure it goes through. And you can hear it snap, and there we go. That is nice and tight in there. And we get our Alpine speaker. We get our, make sure your cables are on there one last time, because you don't want to have to redo all of this. Grab your drill, if I can find it. Oh, there it is. Always happens. Okay, we'll line it up with the hole. Super easy. Boom. Done. Next one. Once you line up the first one, the other ones just line up by themselves. Done. Excuse me. Same thing over here. This is the part where we assemble our door again. And let's see. This will be super easy. So again, super simple. You want to make sure you line up your clips right here with the holes right there, and it shouldn't be that hard. I'm sure you guys could and then once you get it lined up, you can see that everything just kind of sets into place on its own. And then again, I'm only gonna use my hands, and we're gonna, whoa, before we do that, make sure your wire here doesn't get caught or pinched under anything. You want to make sure you can get it out, because you're gonna have to plug it back onto your controls. And if you guys notice, again, I'm going very gently. You can hear the clips just popping back into place. You want to do it gently. If you're having to do it really hard, you're probably not lined up, and you want to check it before you break something. Do a little tug test on here too. We are on there now. Remember, we have our other piece right here that goes just right here. And again, this piece should just very easily just pop into place. Let's see. Yeah, sorry. So yeah, that just goes in there. We'll go ahead and pop that into place. Let's see. Okay. Just like that. It's back into place. We want to get this piece. Back in there. Let me show you guys. Just literally pops right in. Just like that. I said, you don't want to put too much pressure. There's no need to be rough with it. And then you get your, we're gonna get our controls here. And before we connect our control, remember, there is one bolt that we took off from the inside. Remember, really important to get this one back on there before you install your controls, because then you'll have to undo them again. And we don't want to undo anything after we install them. Okay, just like that. Don't want to tighten it up too much. Whoa, sorry. And then again, we're gonna get our controls. We'll make sure to plug them back in before I move any further. And let's see. I'll show you guys. This guy's gonna go in here, the very big one, of course. So let's see. I'll try to show you guys. See if you guys can see that. I want you guys to be able to see everything, all the steps, so that you don't get lost. It does go a specific way. Get that in there, and then this just stick back in there, just like that. And we're gonna get our bolt that goes right here on the inside of this. See, we get this guy. You put it on your drill. You've got a magnet tip. Makes life a lot easier. And just like that, guys, that's how you do your front and rear speakers on a WRX. I know in reality, this should take you, a lot less than the, 47 minutes that we've been on this video. But, thank you very much for watching. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. This is the first video. I know it was a little, all over the place, but I'm gonna work on it. I'll get the setup for it. How I said, stay tuned. We do builds. I'll show you guys how to, take out an engine, put it back in, transmissions. We do it all. I'll upload the content. All you gotta do is watch it and, take notes, and wish you good luck on your builds. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.